Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the kingdom and welcome back to Disco Elysium. This is going to be part 3. If you haven't watched part 1 and 2, highly insist that you go back, you watch those because it's going to be very important for you to understand what's happening in this game. But if you have, I'm not going to hold up your time. You know we got to continue. Let's jump right into part 3. Alright, so when we left off, we were kind of, going around questioning everybody. We talked to the kids, we talked to the girl in front of the bookstore, we talked to this lady right here. She gave us her gloves. As you can see, we're rocking them. Rocking the gloves, and we talked to that guy down there. We might as well continue talking to the rest of the people kind of in the area, and then maybe we can go back to where the badass kids were and use these gloves in the somewhere. I don't know. Let's just keep talking to people. So, nope. Talk. There you go.
Welcome to Rivachol.
Racist. Announces the round man. The remark isn't addressed to you. It's addressed to the lieutenant. Why are you addressing my partner like that? Hey, I know Riverstone. That's where we are. Never mind. Let's keep moving. Why are you addressing my partner like that?
Don't you welcome to Revachol me. My grandfather came here from a 3,000-year-old racist isolationist culture, while your ancestors came to this island a mere 300 years ago. Every school of thought and government has failed in the city, but I love it nonetheless. It belongs to me as much as it belongs to you. It's men like you who keep Revachol divided, making it that much harder for everyone to climb out of this post-war limbo.
What he means is, fixation on the Revacholian nation makes it harder for Revachol to actually attain self-determination.
He's right. You're undermining our best shot at real self-determination. Stop ripping into this guy. He's just really proud of being Revacholian. So we are in a limbo. Okay, I don't want to deal with this. He's right. You're undermining our best shot at real. Not gonna do this first one. That's going against the partner. Who said we're...
Oh, come on, man. I just said, welcome to Rivachol. It's a lorry driver thing.
I know exactly what you meant. You think my kind doesn't belong here, that I should watch myself and behave. But you see, I'm an officer of the RCN. It's actually my job to make sure you behave. I would advise you to remember that.
Go ahead, boy.
Silence. The air between them becomes tense. Your partner needs backup. Now's your moment to shine.
Okay, here we go. Fucking A, Kim. Got your back. Give the lieutenant a punch on the shoulder. Well, I think we all learned something here. Smile at the lorryman. Now that that's settled, gotta give it to him.
You two make a cute couple. You know that?
The lorryman spits.
The lieutenant exhales and resumes his regular calmness.
Now that that's settled, we have a couple of questions.
Whatever you say, officers.
He waits impassively, a cigarette smoldering between his fingers. What was that argument all about? What are you hauling? We're done now. What are you hauling?
Oh, not much anymore. I'm here to pick up some cargo, but the dock workers are on strike, so it's a sit and wait on your ass situation.
Wait, how long has this been going on then? What kind of cargo are you supposed to pick up?
The strike? Oh, they've been at it for a while. A month, 2 months maybe. But this here is just the last week or so.
What kind of cargo are you supposed to pick up?
Apples.
Apples.
Apples is exactly the kind of thing you'd say if you had something to hide.
Yeah. Apples, question mark.
Yeah, apples? I take it you had other questions?
What was that argument about?
It's about biological determinism, natural law, the sorting of the races. Not the most popular topic nowadays, with the coalition in charge and all. You might want to change the topic. That is, bury your head under the sand like common sheep.
I get it, someone has to be the unpopular guy. So you're just a racist. It makes sense. To be honest, I can't really remember what that means. Please explain. Second thought, let's talk about something else. Um,
People who've studied these things say that you and me are superior by design. So, naturally, we Occidentals should be in charge. Obviously, you can see the merits in that.
okay, what else have you thought up? Yes, I can really tell you're a prime example of superior design. Right, I've already made up my mind. Want to hear it? Um,
So, lately we Occidentals have experienced an unfortunate downturn when members of the superior race cease to believe in their innate superiority. They stop competing for resources.
yeah, what's the problem with that? Okay, and?
The problem? The damn kips are showing a real good game lately. Same with the mosquitoes. And the other introduced species too. They're on the precipice of cultural victory.
Wait, what's this cultural victory? Say nothing. Right, I've already made up my mind. Want to hear it? Let's go with the first one.
It's what the kips of Boogie Street are going for, right under our noses. And the others too, on the radio. Heard any chansons lately? Heard any mojitos or leader? No. Dominating culture is how they plan to win. They say so themselves.
Say nothing.
It's true. Also, you need to realize the dangers of mixing races. Who knows what might happen if people don't stay in their birthplace? You might end up with a new sub-race, with unknown characteristics, leading to extra competition. That's why you've got to control the offspring.
Yeah, I think I can get down with racism. Yeah, I'm not down with this. Why don't you go fuck yourself? Okay, sure, whatever. I'd really rather talk about something else.
Don't push your luck, Runt.
The man gives you this guy's look, then turns his attention elsewhere, ignoring your presence. Yeah, I probably shouldn't have said that, huh?
Looking for something, Runt? Come to tell me to fuck off again? Oh, not much anymore. I'm here to pick up some cargo, but
Let's see if I can say something
the
different
dock
here.
workers
Wait,
are on
hasn't long.
strike, so
We supposed to pick up apples.
It's exactly the kind of thing you'd say if you had something to hide.
So what if I say fair enough? Sounds like I got some other
Fine.
questions. Never mind. Okay, let me say the
Not
first
much
part.
anymore. I'm here to pick up
We're supposed to be
apples.
picking up.
It's exactly
Look, as detective, I come from a long line of lorrymen. We got ancient rights and privileges.
He loses his patience for explaining it.
Oh, I'm here to pick up a load of fucking apples, man. Just regular, picked apples.
damn. You're not gonna get more out of him on this. He's put up the wall of racism.
Put up the wall of racism. You said something about the rights and privileges of lorrymen?
Oh yeah, they're a big deal. My great-grandfather was a carter, had a royal license and everything. We've tried to hold on to our privileges.
Hold on, what's a carter?
Someone with a cart. What did you think it was? That's how deep into history our thing reaches. Before machines.
And that's a privilege?
Sure fucking is. We have a guild and everything, huh? Very ancient. Very prestigious.
So you're in a carter's guild?
Goddamn right. They've been trying to fuck us out of our heritage in the name of profit. But when they try to replace us, they'll regret it. Trusting street thugs with their goods is going to fuck them right up the ass. Mark my words. Generations of practice ain't no laughing matter.
Alright, we're done for now. Alright, well, didn't get really anything from him. What was this? We got some magnesium. We got these people on strike. Look what's on the floor. Ooh, some money that they dropped. That's what you, who's that? They're taking a long way to talk to him. Asked the man with the jolly eyes tilting his head.
You're hazy on the notion of a scab. Smells like politics, though. Maybe it's got something to do with the flask he reaches for from time to time.
What exactly is a scab?
A kind of a worm. content with mere survival. They come, they want to do our job for shittier pay, screwing over both themselves and us. Everybody loses.
Hold on, where did they all come from? You don't seem to like them much.
Gotta be bloody stupid or freaking evil to scab. Or I guess scared, maybe. But scared of what? Of who?
He looks at the mask, squinting his eyes as if trying to ascertain what they were scared of.
Personally, I'd rather beg than scab. If the gentleman shouting on the street came begging, maybe they'd have gotten something.
Nod, have you tried talking to them? Shake your head, it's better than begging, come on. Let's go with the first one. Let's try not to make this guy mad.
We've explained the matters, but they don't listen. This lot would be reasonable and go home if the big guy wasn't riling them up all the time.
What exactly is a scab? We said that. Yeah, I'm a scab, pouring out and ridden. Wave your fist. Right to work. I'm not a scab, I'm a cop. Yeah, say that.
I was just messing with you. No one's ever seen a cop scab.
Okay.
Imagine, you cops going on a strike, but then another cop comes in and says, let us cop for less money. Speaking of, what brings the RCM here? To the Wild North? Come to see the strife?
Come to Martinez investigating a murder. I need to know what's going on behind these gates. I'm exploring. I'm a bit short on money right now. Can you give me some? What's the strike about anyway? Nice talk. Let's tell him.
Murder, huh? That sounds like a lot of hard work. You'd never see me investigating a murder.
It's actually very fun and easy. You're right, it's almost impossible. I'm 91% sure it would never get solved. I have no idea what I'm doing. Maybe you want to help me solve it by telling me who did it.
Of course, Policia. It wasn't me. You can rule me out. Easier that way.
Should we? He's nice. I don't like nice. He didn't do it. It's the truth.
I need to know what's behind these gates. I'm exploring.
My friend, I respect the right to roam. The open range awaits.
He gazes over the roundabout with a glint of longing. Does this mean you can let me through the gate?
I don't operate in that capacity. I'm not a granter of passage. The passage grants itself.
If it's all so simple, why don't the strikebreakers just go up the stairs?
That's simple. I just walk in.
Aye. Walk right past Measurehead and go in.
Past Measurehead.
Yeah, the 2.5 meter tall Semini supremacist there. Walk right past him,
Right.
then press the button to unlock the door,
Aha.
and go past him again,
Okay.
and you enter the arbor through the office. Está.
So you're saying it's actually quite difficult. Gotcha. I think I have some questions for you first.
Don't worry, I'm sure it's not completely impossible. For example, you could best measure head in a physical confrontation, or you could convert to a Semini supremacist worldview. Or, maybe it actually is completely impossible.
Has anyone ever bested him in a physical confrontation? Has any of the scabs tried converting to his worldview?
Not yet, no. He's incredibly strong. Jean-Luc himself would say the philosophy has proven overly heroic for the scabs to convert to. Not enough intuition.
Got another thing. Oh, they're short on money right now. Can you give me some of it?
Sure thing, my friend. I can help you out.
He flips a coin towards you. Try to catch it. Let it fall to the ground.
Oh, sorry, friend. Didn't mean to throw it like that. It's a thing we harbor folk do. Comes naturally.
Don't worry, much appreciated. Pick up the coin.
Right, always glad to help out. We're on the same branch, you and I. Not like these slithering scabs.
So what's the strike about anyway?
You know, serious business. I'm sure the big boss will be glad to tell you. You'll have to ask him first.
He's a chatty guy. Wants to talk about the strike. Return once you've met the union boss and are on a better footing with the organization.
Alright, so nice talk. Can't get, gotta get moving. Alright, so... how do I get out of here? How do I get... There we go. Okay, I was like, he wouldn't leave. There's the union boss, probably. What's in here? The lorries probably store fuel here. Now they store booze. What's this? Is that more Nope. Nope. There we go. Get more money. Yes. We need as much money as we can get. A foreign car kept in good condition. Okay. What about this? A bold slogan, Humanox covers the truck. Alright, so we got this guy right here. I just don't know who to talk to or what. Ruins full of snow, no one lives here anymore. Let's talk to homie, see if he has anything to say.
Yes?
Tell me about the case. I think you should know that I can't remember anything.
What do you want to know?
Actually, good. Alright, he doesn't have anything different. So, if we look at our tasks, we still have all the same stuff. Find booze and drink it, pay for the damages, open the trash container. Who does say had it? Gart should have the key. Report your badge missing. Inspect the victim's body. Alright, well, let's talk to this guy, and then we will make an attempt to, what's this down here? We'll make an attempt to, oh, I got a white tank top. It's about damn time. Then we'll make an attempt to kind of go back towards the body. Tank top, gym vest, reeking of sweat. This sleeveless shirt is the best choice if you're not afraid to show off your masculine upper body and that hairy chest. Nice. Yeah, buddy. Now we're looking good. Let's talk to this guy.
The small, wrinkled woman does not greet you.
Oh, woman. She looks like
nods along to
a
something
demon.
on her radio. A photograph is clutched in her hands, and there is a warm smile on her face. The photo, an ambrotype from the turn of the century, as golden as her smile. It's the warmth of a winter night's fire. Maybe she could give you comfort and shelter, some cigarettes and food money. Maybe she's your...
Grandma? Snap your fingers in front of her face. Excuse me, ma'am, I'd like to ask some questions.
No response. Wherever this woman is, your words fail to reach her.
Grandma?
Nothing. Her smile just keeps widening. Her hair is gray like lead.
Snap your fingers in front of her face.
Wait,
The lieutenant stops you before you snap.
she's just a distracted old woman. Better to leave her alone.
Why?
Why? I just told you why.
Alright, if you say so. Alright, I guess we ain't messing with her right now. So, because Kim says don't do it. So we're gonna leave her. Can you talk to that guy? No. Talk to the big guy. Should we talk to the big guy since we're already over here? Oh shit. I thought he was about to throw something. It says GRIH. Alright, let's talk to the union leader. Because then we can go back and talk to that guy. Maybe we'll learn something about the body.
Bastards! We have a right to work!
The man yells toward the harbor gates. His voice is the loudest of the lot, and oddly screechy for a man his size. What's going on here?
Hold up and stay frosty, everyone. Cops are here.
The broad-shouldered alpha male turns to you. He's a full head taller than everybody else here.
You here to fuck with us? Beat the honest worker down.
No.
Good. We're fighting for a cause here.
Right to work! Right to work!
Alright, we gotta make him happy.
Besides, we're not that different. It helps if people see us talking, cops and strikebreakers together. Shows authorities are on our side. Builds confidence.
What kind of calls are we talking about? I don't think I've chosen any sides yet. Regardless, I have some questions for you. Let's ask more questions.
Rights of people. Rights of workers. To have gainful employment. To make a salary. And feed their families.
His manner of speaking is wooden, the tone of voice bland and uninspired, almost as if compiling replies from a set of learned phrases.
What kind of cause are we talking about? I don't think I've chosen any sides. Regardless, I have some questions for you. Let's do that.
Maybe you should ask them the questions, like why we're not allowed to make a living here.
Shame on you!
My God.
We have families to feed, you piece of shit.
He points his finger at the man sitting on the railing.
So do we, Scab.
The loitering man hollows in return. I want to get into the harbor too. What is a strike? Who are all these strike breakers? What exactly is your goal here?
Have fun. Union shits are on full strike. Don't think they're going to let you through the gates. You trying to meet their fat boss?
I'm interviewing people about a murder that took place here behind the hostel cafeteria there. This is an official matter not to be discussed with outsiders. Now I'll be open.
I know nothing about a murder.
He replies as snappy and terse.
The mention of a killing sends a barely noticeable shiver of tenseness through him. Interesting.
Absolutely nothing.
Wouldn't put it past these harbor bugs. They'd do anything to stay alive.
Right to work!
It's shameful. Cops doing nothing. You should bring backup. Open up the gates for us. Blockading gainful employment for workers is a crime.
This really isn't my area of expertise.
We are not picking a side in this just yet, sir.
Pity.
Let us work!
So what is a strike?
When a bunch of ungrateful, lazy cockroaches can't get their act together, decide to block honest work for other people.
He shifts uncomfortably in his workers' overalls. What do the strikers want?
Beats me. They mumble nonsense about boardrooms and workers' rights, while we
Have the right to work!
Ugh.
There's something odd in the way he carries himself. His set of clothing looks vaguely mismatched. The different pieces of the attire seem ill-fitting.
Ill-fitting, what does that mean?
His shirt is far too small and an unpleasantly tight fit, while the overalls, held up by a belt, seem to fit a man with much more corpulence.
You're wearing new clothes?
He ignores your question, choosing instead to turn to the emaciated workers,
This guy's
raising
shady.
both fists in the air. The clothes are obviously not his.
Did you steal these from the guy in the back? Did you kill him for some reason? Was he preventing you
Silence
from...
is the answer. There's something off here, but he won't say what.
Yeah, I'm a little sus of this guy. I think he might be... He's big, too. I could see him putting the boy up in a tree. Who are all these strike breakers?
honest men and women with rights to work, to be useful, not toys for corporate interests.
The man runs a hand through his steadily graying military haircut.
We came here to help the harbor run smoothly in time of crisis. If union fucks don't want work, they ought to let in those who do want work.
I have a question. Why do all these men follow your leadership?
You think they follow because I'm big and loud? No. They follow the rules of the market, the rules of the economy, because they were
given a job to do!
You've been talking to him for quite a while now. Something is off with this guy. Ask him where he's from.
Where exactly are you from?
What's it to you?
Deep-set suspicion drips from every syllable. Curiosity, going to figure out the strike mess. Routine part of the investigation.
Big mess, caused by union greed. But I only fight for the rights of people.
Already got that. I'm interested in your background. Makes sense, I guess. Never mind, I'm not gonna pry.
We're all workers, right? Workers stick together. Came from the eminent domain, in Jamrock. Backgrounds in odd jobs, heavy lifting, cargo hauling, bouncer work. I know the drill.
A bouncer? Where? Frequent a lot of bars. Maybe it's one I know. Sweet, I know bars. Been thrown at us from several. Maybe that's why you seem familiar. I don't really drink, but work has taken me to some. Which one?
Worked at Territorial. Ring a bell?
Yeah, I think I've been there. Not right now, but I might have been there. I don't really remember things well. Never heard of it. Are you lying?
Uh-huh. It was a long time ago.
The man is quickly losing interest in talking with you. Oh, crap. What exactly is your goal here?
We were promised work. We'd be in there, working, if the bastards hadn't shut the gates.
And you were unable to breach the entrance?
Main gate's locked. Would take heavy ordnance to bust it open. Could try to get in through the secretary's office. Door's locked. The guard's blocking the way to the access panel. And I don't mean the scrawny mess punk either. I mean head measurer. Or whatever he is.
Wait, head measurer? Have you considered storming in like all of you? Why don't you just talk to them?
Huge Seminese guy standing up there on the overhead passage. Won't let anyone by. The access panel is right behind him.
How bad could one guy be? You seem capable.
Bad. Standing on a narrow bridge, he's got a strategically advantageous position. And he's trained. I don't know how the Union has a trained killer up there. But that one's no joke. And my men are tired and hungry. They're workers, not fighters.
Why don't you just talk to them?
Like civilized folk, you mean? These native fucks don't understand civilized.
It would be better for the neighborhood if you went home, at least for now, if you can't get in anyway.
No! They will give up eventually. Or get drunk. Leave the button unguarded. Then we charge.
The man rubs his jaw, a perfect, lightly bearded square wedge. What if I ask him about where he's from again?
What's it to you?
Thought you looked real familiar for a second.
No. Don't think we've met before. I came to help out the people.
I already got that. I'm interested in your background.
We're all workers, right? Workers stick together. Came from the eminent domain, in Jamrock. Backgrounds in odd jobs, heavy lifting, cargo hauling, bouncer work.
Go with the first one again.
Territorial. Ring a bell?
Yeah, I think I've been there.
Uh-huh. It was a long time ago.
Alright, same thing. He's quickly losing interest. Alright. I think I don't really have more to say to him. The Greater Riverstone Industrial Harbor. Let's talk to this guy again, see if we can get anything else from him.
Hola, Wandering Man. How can I help you?
He didn't really. Alright, so it didn't really give me another option. Let me. Man. I feel like I am not accomplishing anything. What's inside here? Okay, so we're in like a wine store. Oh, this is where I can get my alcohol. Yellow Rose just dozens of them tulips too.
The tear machine stands in the corner. A sign says 1 bottle equals 10 cents.
What is this machine?
Oh, that's the tear machine.
Yes, but what is it?
It's a machine for tear. You know, you find tear outside, like bottles or whatever, and put it in the machine, then it gives you money.
I see, and how do I pick up tear for the tear
You
machine?
need a bag, I guess. We used to have some, but we gave them all out, so...
She shrugs awkwardly.
Feel free to use it if you find a bag, though. I'm sure there are some out there, somewhere.
Okay. The melancholy pop song plays on the radio.
Yes?
Alright, let's talk to her. Oh, what's this?
You see several packaged raincoats fill a low shelf beneath a display of croissants and juice bottles. The raincoats are transparent, except for the big Fritta slogan on the back.
What's this?
What is what? It's a raincoat. If you want to buy one, then it's only 4 real.
She taps on the glass counter. The raincoats patiently wait a purchase. Well, I don't have enough. I got $2.49.
A colorful display of cigarettes and alcohol bottles line the shop wall, inviting you closer. There, in that dark green glass, all in vain. The great flowing river of warmth, wine, alcohol, beer, alcohol, love, alcohol.
I'm in heaven. I need it all so bad. See nothing, just take it in. This is not a good place for a recovering addict. I'll just take it in.
The beauty, the truth, the poetry of it all.
I'm obliged to inform you that both alcohol and cigarettes damage your health, but I guess you already know that.
Don't ask, don't look, don't do anything here. Just go away. Get back to work.
Please tell me more about these products. Do you sell any under-the-counter vices?
The pale age vodka is special, I guess. It's stored in pale for a couple of years, which makes it super expensive and super strong.
What is pale?
No.
She shrugs, uninterested in explaining it further. Okay, what will consuming this stuff do to my body?
I mean, I already said it'd hurt you. I don't know what else they do.
She stares at you, unsure.
Substances give powerful bonuses to your main stats at the cost of damage to your health or morale. Cigarettes raise your intellect while damaging your health. Alcohol raises physique while damaging your morale.
Okay.
Use medication, like Nosifed and magnesium, to counteract the negative effects of substances. Note: consuming substances can have unforeseen consequences for you.
Do you sell any under-the-counter vices?
No, Frick only sells legal drugs, like the law says.
Good. Well, I can't afford anything, so I guess I'm leaving. Well, we're out. No, don't talk to him. Really wish I was figuring out more here. I feel like I'm not getting much done. I don't know if I'm just playing this wrong or if I'm just... Should I go in and talk to this girl's mom from the store? I haven't gone in the store yet. Okay, so we're in the bookstore. Gift books and molten candy.
The display rack is brimming with worn paperbacks featuring an extremely muscular, sword-wielding barbarian on the cover. Nearly all the titles contain the word Hyundai somewhere.
Storekeep, tell me about the Muscle Man books.
Oh, Man from Hyundai. A very popular series of adventure novels. They're awfully immoral and violent books.
Why are they so popular?
Blood and violence, scantily clad women, epic narratives, all those mystical things he encounters. They're bound to grab those with little imagination and nothing to do.
Sounds good. Which one should I start with? That doesn't interest me at all.
What does it matter? They're all the same. However, the customer is always right, they say. If you're a novice of the series, I'd recommend Hyundalaman, the man from Hyundal. It's supposed to be a good introduction to the series.
Look through display of books. Well, I can't buy that.
Rows and rows of Hyundalamen blur your vision. You make out some titles. Man from Hyundal and the Mammoth Riders. Man from Hyundal, Return to Hyundal. And the solipsistic Man from Hyundal and the Hyundal Man.
Good God, how many are there?
Maybe 100. Man from Hyundal and the sages at the end of the world. Man from Hyundal and the false god. Man from Hyundal and the scorched earth. Man from Hyundal, the Hyundal colonies.
Jesus.
Man from Hyundal and the swamp beast. Man from Hyundal.
Yeah, it's like a
and the
Goosebumps
snow
series.
crabs.
Is that all?
Not even close.
Oh God.
Man from Hyundal in hell. Man
Okay.
from Hyundal and the forest of slaves. Man from Hyundal under the lake. Man from Hyundal, Hyundal burning. There's even the Trial of Death, a pastoral combat game book set in the world of Hyundalaman, and so much more.
Do any of these books clouds me? Again, if it's not over 70, I'm not doing it. Let's leave. Old sports magazines tucked away in a dark corner. The book collects the national receipts of Arda. They're all about the lake trout.
A small mountain of colorful board game boxes. There are numerous types of games for all ages. A lot of shelf space seems to be taken up by Wirral-related merchandise.
Storky, what board games do you have here?
Wonderful board games, sir. The Viticulturist is a classic for sure, or perhaps you'd like Archipelagos of Insulinda, a very educational game for those interested in geography. Browbritter is a fun game of economic competition, but can get quite intense after a while. We have games for the whole family. You can play with your children.
Who are you going to play board games with? Do you have friends or family?
Wow, I have children, a family. I don't want to think about this. Do I have friends?
It certainly feels like whatever you are will die with you.
Ooh, damn. He has kids, friends, chicks. I have all this. Look at me. Who don't have kids? I don't feel as if I have any kids.
Friends are technically like family.
She fiddles with her pendant, thinking.
For playing with friends, I'd recommend Suzerainty. It's a civilization building game where you build a civilization, then set off to brutally colonize and repress other civilizations. It'll cost 12 real.
Jeez. So what about all these Wirral things?
Lousy auras there. No, role-playing games are popular among those types. You know, who are into those kind of things. Personally, I don't like it. Not at all. I've heard they turn people into occult enthusiasts. That they have rituals where they try to summon entities. Highly immoral stuff. You can still buy them, though.
She looks at the table, crossing her arms. Look through the pile of Wirral-related items.
An endless variety of source books, lore books, and codices litter the table. The topmost book is titled Welkin Compendium, 2nd edition. There's also a large hardbound tome with intricate cover art, The Hunters of Katawak, Boreal Creature Compendium, and a Pick Your Path adventure game book titled Tales of Wirral, Cavern of Velkrag. Books in a board game section? Who wants to read books?
Anything that really catches my eye? Maybe I'm not into all this binocular stuff.
There's a box that says Wirral, 3rd edition Mega Setting Supplements Module. The side panel notes, a fantastique adventure board game, new maps and miniatures. A sticker on it displays 25 real. That price is steep, but then it's the 3rd edition Mega Setting Supplement, so it makes sense.
Okay, well, I'm broke. Well, let's just talk to her. What's behind this curtain?
You see a set of tattered curtains blocking the way to another room. A strange cage-like trinket dangles from the curtains.
Excuse me, officer. The back room is strictly for employees only.
Oh, sorry.
Nothing. Now please go back to browsing the books. Don't you feel compelled to look at the books? The books are all you care about.
She speaks almost as if she's trying to put a spell on you.
Yeah, what the hell?
Urging you to buy more books. Oddly enough, the more she tries to draw you away from the curtains, the more alluring they become.
Examine the strange like trinket.
You see some kind of charm, an irregular polyhedron assembled from bones, sticks, and straw. Inside, a disturbing fish head with empty eye sockets stares at you. This is a traditional Seminese ward, meant to provide protection against ill luck, bad dreams, curses, and other supernatural
So she's scared because of the murder? And who are the Seminese?
Inhabitants of Ile de Fantôme, the Seminine Islands down south. Aside from poking at it suspiciously, there is nothing else to do with the fish head charm at this time. The curtains remain shut before you.
Let's ignore him for now. Let's go talk to her.
Welcome to Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People. My name is Plaisance.
The cleric extends a greeting.
Be welcome, and please take responsibility for the energy you bring into this space.
Before we go on, you seem to be well off enough. Can you give me some money? I feel there won't be any opportune moment to ask later. So are you the owner of the store? Let's go with that.
I am the proudest owner of our little shop of culture.
Her voice is high-pitched, as if to give it more penetration.
She has fine-tuned her voice to find the most welcoming approach for attracting new customers. It doesn't work.
Huh. What if I want to buy a book? The girl outside mentioned that this place is cursed. Your daughter is the one standing outside the store, right? So...
Goodness, you were already doing good, browsing the shelves. Why'd you stop? Don't you feel compelled? Go, go! Get back there. The books await you.
So what types of books do you have?
Everything is on the shelves. Take a look yourself. The shelves compel you, don't they?
Okay, I'll take another look then.
And nods, seemingly relieved.
Your daughter is the one standing outside the store, right?
Annette, yes, my daughter. I hope she wasn't slacking off again with her nose in science fiction. Tell me, was she at her post, doing her job like a proper girl?
Yes, of course. No, she was definitely slacking off. It doesn't matter, now tell me something else. No, she was doing a good job.
Wonderful! Did you talk to her? Great.
Yes.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how compelled were you to buy books after talking with her?
Her opinion of her daughter depends on how well she lured you into the store.
10, she's certainly very plain helpful. 5, I felt some interest. 1, not impressed.
My precious, her dedication brings joy to my heart. If you have children, I hope they turn out as great as my Annette.
The way you're handling her strikes me as wrong. Annette is quite the trooper. She's a great value added. She's a great value add. I'm here to dismantle the free market and abolish child labor. I guess she's a trooper, alright. She looks like she can take it, but it's actually wearing her down. You know she's biting her nails? Okay, let's...
God. Ugh. I told her not to do that. It's such a disgusting habit. She'll get over it. Anxiety is a part of life.
A part of hers, too, clearly.
I don't think she can do anything about it.
She can, if she has enough willpower. This is what's called growing pains. Life isn't easy. Life doesn't give breaks.
Come on, ma'am. It's obvious she can't do anything about it. You are placing an unnecessary burden on a young child.
What you're doing is wrong. Even I know that, and I usually don't know anything. That is true, and obviously the will of the market, but maybe make an exception for your daughter? Yeah, actually it's super alright for kids to chew their hands off. Forget I said anything.
She stands stiff and severe, silently fuming. 10 or so seconds pass without change. She's looking for one, but there simply aren't any good arguments for being an asshole.
That's right.
Oh no. Hold on. I need to invite her inside and apologize. She must be freezing out there. There. I don't know what to say to you. My husband, he tries to teach me business lessons. I have what my mother called a dull mind. All this stress.
She stops, but her mouth keeps moving. Gain 5 experience.
It sounds like both the husband and the mother treat her the way she treats Annette.
You're like Annette to your husband and your mother.
Oh. Well, my mother was horrible, of course. Absolutely perverse energies around that person. But my husband...
She shakes her head.
My husband is completely different, of course.
Is this husband Annette's father? Is she an only child? She told me she doesn't go to school anymore.
Yes. My husband is a successful entrepreneur east of the river. If only he were more involved in the business we're running up here. No matter. Soon we'll both be off for Grand Couronne.
Wait, Grand Couronne? What's that?
It's a proper place to live. One of the most peaceful neighborhoods east of Jamrock. You may know it for its massive housing projects. Most of the buildings are empty at the moment. It's a great opportunity to get ahead of the crowds. Better times ahead for sure.
And your husband's also involved with the bookstore?
He made the initial investment. Since then, he's been what you might call a silent partner.
Super silent. Almost inaudibly so.
Is she an only child? She told me she doesn't go to school anymore.
Yes, I'm afraid so. A real treat she is. It would be nice if she had... No, we couldn't have afforded more children, really. Not in this economy.
Of course, yes, this economy.
Exactly.
She agrees wholeheartedly. Not going to ask her too much about, how the business is doing. She told me she doesn't go to school anymore.
She's been too busy, helping me here. So she studied at home this trimester. This is a temporary solution, of course. I assure you, I of all people understand the importance of education. She will be back in school the moment the store takes off.
And hell freezes over? Never mind. It's not a good topic to get into.
Alright, I had something else in
The
mind.
woman looks aloof, her features much softer.
Good.
Occasionally she glances at her daughter's silhouette.
Farewell for now, book peddler. Alright, so at least she seems cooler.
These shelves are overburdened with books from the same series. You see the name Dick Mullen over and over.
Storekeep, what's all this crime fiction?
Oh, crime, robberies, murders, even sexual crimes. We're fortunate to have Dick Mullen and his stories to sort all that out. You're a police officer, apparently. You should buy all of these. They really do teach a person how to be a proper detective.
Crime fiction is a disgrace. An asinine misrepresentation of the physical attributes of the arduous everyday work of actual police officers. These books greatly overstate the excitement of police work, glossing over how long it takes to actually follow up on leads and eliminate dead ends. What's more, they completely ignore the psychological hardships of year after year coming into contact with people during the worst days of their lives. Not a single mention of all the stress this work creates upon the officer's family. Detective fiction just doesn't tell the truth at all. Now, would you like a list of all the books found on the shelf?
Oh god, no.
Shelves filled to the brim with crime novels featuring the supposedly stalwart Vespertine detective, Dick Mullen.
Alright. It's a tome of fascist magic, rather candid. A quaint picture like book brochure, very colorful. This is probably another set of books.
Several maps have been attached to a bulletin board hidden inside the alcove. They're held up by small pins. The board has come loose from one corner. The maps look old and faded. Your eye catches a map of Insulinda, a map of Revachol, and a map of Martinaise.
So look at the map of
The
Revachol.
north coast of a verdant island is shattered by the delta of a river. It is the River Esperance. Countless bridges put the shards back together, connecting city blocks to river islands. La Delta says a great artificial heart in the center, teeming with life forms and construction. To the east, rolling hillsides, Le Jardin, Stella Marie, the suburbs of Saint-Baptiste, swallowed up into the megacity. They sound rich to you. This is Revachol East.
And west of the river?
Prud'homme, it's somewhere to live. Not bad. Then there's Jamrock. It's bad. People shouldn't live there, but they do. Then Faubourg. It's almost as bad, and much larger. Then Coal City. It's the worst.
And Martinaise.
It's so small you can't even see it on the map. No, wait. There it is. North of Jamrock. The strip of coast next to the Greater Revachol Industrial Harbor. It looks downright despondent. It's almost Coal City, to be honest. No, this is somewhere to be. This is all you have. But it's still something. Streets and sodium lights, the sky, the world. You're still alive.
Look at the map of Insulin.
This large map displays archipelagos. You see a constellation of small dots on the light blue emptiness of the Insulindic Ocean. The largest in the northeast is La Caillou. You are here. Another far away in the southwest, Seminese Islands, Ile de Fantôme.
What else?
Ozon, Laurentide, Face à la Mer, Archipelagos, North Arcade Islands. All just specks of dust on the vastness of the Insulindic.
There's a lot of different places.
On the edges of the map, the color fades into a blur of dotted lines.
Wonder if you go to all these places.
Black and white.
I can barely get away from the diner.
Disintegrating into mathematics. In the northeast, a dust mite stands on the north coast of Caillou in a bookstore. It's you.
Squint first. Can you see cities on the
You
islands?
can on Caillou, Revachol, a single black star. On Ozon, Fondelier, and Vilmandu. On archipelagos, Croyan Moran, Villiers. On Seminine, Olduvai, and on Laurentide, Deora of the Seven Seas. Lost little pearls of light, tiny fires in the dark. 850 million people live on these little dots, an oceanic world of culture and commerce torn apart by history.
Look at the edges.
The ocean breaks apart into a tangle of cosines and azimuths, all pointing into pale nothingness. Windy is the north azimuth. Grad is the northeast azimuth. Samara is the east azimuth. Seol is the west azimuth. Isolas, they're called. Connections to other worlds. Words past the Insulindian, unknown to you. You only know you've never been there. You have little idea what they are. Distant stars, gods, but looking at them makes you feel almost non-existent. Whatever they are, the Isolas are immeasurably large compared to you, and very, very far away. Perhaps they are gods, gods of distance and outer dust.
And look at the map of Martinez.
It's not really a map, it's a tourist thing. A picture postcard with buildings on it, drawn from an isometric perspective. A date in the upper right corner says 48. Still, it's detailed. Could be pretty useful for scouting ahead. You see the jagged boxes of an industrial harbor, even the whirling in rags there.
Storekeep, can I buy these maps?
I'm sorry, officer. The map of Martinez is the only one available. The other two are not for sale anymore. And besides, you could scarcely afford them. They're quite valuable, though they might not look it. The map of Martinez is 90 cents, though.
Why is the one of Martinez so cheap?
That old thing. It's an out-of-date map of a tourist location that never was nor came to be. From when some design studio people tried to spruce the place up 4 or 5 years ago. They also renovated the horse statue, set up those coin-operated viewers, and designed the new street lamps.
The place does not look like a successful tourist trap, does it?
What happened then?
They didn't get that far, for some reason. A shame the project never got going. Would be nice if someone fixed Martinez up. All these buildings are bad for business.
Steal it instead. I'll buy it. I got 90 cents.
Always good to be informed of your surroundings.
You've acquired an interactable item. Investigate this item further by going to the Interact tab in your inventory.
Okay. So leave. So let me interact. A worn and torn map of the Martinez area dating from 48. A title on the top reads, Bienvenue à Revachol. It's a bit out of date as it was originally created by a design studio in a failed attempt to spruce up Martinez and turn it into a fancy tourist location.
The worn map features the patchwork grid of the streets of Martinez, with directions to appropriately touristy locations. Year 48 resides on the upper right corner.
Trace a path through the grid.
Your finger moves through the various streets, across Rue de Saint-Ghislain and Rue Saint-Cypar, over Saint-Brun and Martinez North. Finally coming to a halt on the spot where you are currently standing, although the map gives no such indication itself.
For a more detailed view of the map, go to your journal and select the Map tab.
Okay. Journal, Map tab. Journal, Map. Okay. Nice. So now I have a map. Oh, and it kind of shows me where things are. Okay, so that's helpful. Ceiling fan. Yeah, so I gotta figure that out. Alright. Still got a lot going on here. Another boring book I just discarded here.
This bookstore is not strictly about crime, romance, and biographies of famous people. There's also a wide range of paranatural literature.
Look through the
Amidst
shelf.
the various books, you find one written by someone named Matthias W. Dundas. It's about wholeness, unity, balance. These three things are very important to the working class mind. The point of the book, and many others on this shelf, is to give people medicinal advice in situations where they don't have access to paid health services.
How does that work?
It says platitudes, while also telling everyone that traditional medicine, the kind people don't have access to and which costs more than this book, is garbage and would only give you cancer anyway, without even curing your cold or anything. Wholeness, unity, balance, on the other hand, can basically take care of anything. Though it is important to note, when it's up to your mind to heal yourself, then it's because of your mind that you're ill in the first place.
Does the book say anything else?
The book features chapters on topics such as how to find magnesium. It even lists plants you can harvest magnesium from. How to continue drinking if you're an alcoholic who has destroyed his liver. And there's even a chapter on the ancient Seraïs tradition of using duck gallbladder preservatives to treat and prevent sexually transmitted diseases. Pre and post factum apply. Nothing worth buying. This is just mundane garbage. What's even paranatural about this?
Ooh, hi. Medium. Find something truly otherworldly. Here we go.
The throbbing in your head increases with every passing moment you gaze at this shelf. Suddenly, as if out of nowhere, a small green book becomes apparent. The title of it reads, Medicinal Purposes of the Pale.
What's the pale?
The book contains very little explanation on the matter. This knowledge seems to be taken for granted.
What's this book about?
The book contains descriptions of various pseudo-scientific therapies, alternative medicines, and folk remedies involving the pale, also known as le territoire. For example, it recommends vigorously swatting one's naked body with a venik or hand broom, made from the leafy twigs of a young birch tree from the near pale.
Sounds
It
painful.
is supposedly invigorating and good for the circulation.
What
It
else?
also recommends consuming distilled spirits like vodka or whiskey that have been aged in the pale. Readers are instructed to cover these jars in a shallow hole just inside the pale and leave them there for 30 to 60 days, depending on the potency desired.
What does this pale aged liquor do?
Among other benefits, it is alleged to restore a damaged liver to perfect health. That seems improbable.
I should probably get my hands on some of that. What else is in there?
For general health and well-being, readers are encouraged to take regular strolls through the pale. Though a sidebar cautions readers to limit each stroll to less than an hour. These strolls promise to cleanse the mind of worries and the body of toxins, especially if the perambulator performs this ritual in the nude. Nudity figures prominently in a number of these prescriptions. This is exactly what you need.
Huh. Anything else of note?
There's an entire section devoted to cures for men who are struggling to perform their marital obligations.
Well, I certainly don't need
You
that.
close the book and return it to its place on the shelf.
420. Okay, we're gonna leave. Alright, so I think we're going to wrap it up here. Again, we haven't figured out what the body's going on there, but we're making progress. We're talking to people, we're learning some things. We still have a lot of tasks to do, but slowly but surely we're picking away at this area, right? And I guess that's just how the game works. We just slowly pick away at things. So if you enjoyed the video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. I appreciate that wholly. And, you know, I can't wait to see you back for part 4, and let's see what we do next time. Probably going to talk to more people, figure out more clues, hopefully get some tasks done, and figure out who killed this person. So, until next time, peace.